Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Here we are in the middle of April almost, and it's a lovely Sunday. Welcome everyone to Unity of London, everyone that's online, everyone that's there in the building, and everyone that will be watching us later on YouTube or on our website or wherever you might find us. We're so grateful that you are joining us today. And at Unity of London, we have a vision that we share with nearly all unities worldwide, and that is a vision that we see a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And what a glorious world it is today and will be as we all share that spiritual awakening and people just become more loving and we see more peace in the world and more kindness. And as we focus on that, it's that grows. So through our mission, we will see that vision to be realized. And what is our mission at Unity of London? Well, that is that we are co-creating with Spirit to transform lives, ours and each other's, through shared spiritual awakening. What does that look like? Well, we want to consider ourselves, we're a loving, inclusive community, that we are all wonderfully made and we're all individuals making up a one wonderful pot of stew, maybe each piece just a different ingredient. What else do? We promote self-expression. I mean, we can't all be carrots, we won't be a pot of stew. Somebody's got to be a piece of this and a piece of that. So we promote self-expression. You got to be yourself, and you were made perfect just the way you are and meant to be you. What else do? We live what we believe, the 5 principles of unity. There is only one power, and it is God, and we are a part of that. And through thinking, we connect, and through prayer, we connect. And living the 5 principles, we realize that wonderful life that we have in our hearts and on our desires. And what else does it look like? Well, by inspiring people to make a positive difference in the world, showing the kindness, truly living the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And by providing fellowship and education for spiritual seekers of all walks of life. So together we all can, in harmony, coexist. And some of that education comes through our wonderful Pauline Duncan Thrasher, that there's a course coming up, which I'll talk about, but first we're going to talk about the Cross Canada Mini Conference, which everyone is welcome to join. We will have it on Zoom, so somewhat we will be live in the building at 1 o'clock, not at 10:30 on Sunday, April the 24th, so that we can join many of the other unities on a Zoom special Zoom mini conference. So everyone's welcome, and hope everyone will participate. So remember, don't come to the building at 10:30, come at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, April 24th. And I think the next thing is Pauline's course. And so Pauline does have another course coming up starting Tuesday, the May 3rd. It's another 5-week course, which works out just wonderfully for most, and this is offered through Zoom, and you have the opportunity to do 1 to 3 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, or 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. This is based on Myrtle Fillmore's Healing Letters. There will be some books available, and for getting further details and to get coordinated with Pauline, give her an email or a call, and it's Pauline is at beamazinglyu@gmail.com. And it will be closed caption. Very cool. Breakout rooms. We have prayer chaplains available today, Pauline and Wilda. Through breakout rooms, anyone that's looking for prayer, we have both Pauline and Wilda, and there may be somebody at the building as well, I'm sure, or somehow we could connect on through Zoom if someone's looking for individual one-on-one prayer. And this is Celebration Sunday. So while we're going through the service, think about what it is you're celebrating this month, and so we can all share at the end of the service all of our wonderful celebrations, even if it's just a celebration of being here today with each and every one of us. And speaking of prayer, we're going to go into prayer. But as we start, I will, for those that are maybe new, Unity was founded on affirmative prayer. And there is a number 1-800 now pray that you can call, and that's Silent Unity. Silent Unity has been praying with and for people for over 130 years. And if you're in the building, we invite you to put a person's name on a piece of paper by the prayer box and put that into the prayer box for anyone you'd like additional prayer for. And so as we begin to gather for prayer, we'd like to hold Unity of London in our prayer circle today. And I invite each and every one of you to get comfortable in your chair, close your eyes if you wish, and let my words be yours. In our prayer, we bring Unity of London and all spiritual gatherings, Unity of Vancouver Island, the people of Ukraine, and all those that surround them, helping and supporting those people. And just as the energy of their pain reaches us, let us now allow that flow to flow back from us in the form of love. So as we turn to prayer, we give thanks in advance for our answered prayer. We begin to become still and center into the place in our awareness where we know we are all one with God. Let us rest for a few moments, realizing oneness with all. We know divine mind is wholeness and perfection. Spirit is the very essence and principle of health and love and everything that is good. And we know that we are being created in this very instance, in the very image and likeness of God. God is sourcing us now. And so it is, we know that on the level of divine mind, we are whole and perfect. We join together, claiming and knowing our wholeness and perfection, seeing radiant love as already ours. The very principle of radiant love is moving in and through every level of our being, bringing all of us into perfect alignment with the health and wholeness and love that already exists in the mind of spirit. We give thanks for these truths and that prayer is answered. We let go and let God. And so it is. Amen. And now our Nancy, I believe, is going to read our daily word.
Palm Sunday. I celebrate and welcome the Christ. Palm Sunday begins Holy Week for Christians around the world and commemorates Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem. And although, as the story goes, he arrived humbly, seated upon a donkey colt, the excitement of the gathered crowd amplified the celebration as they waved palms and shouted. Spiritually, the crowds represent humanity joyously responding to the presence of the Christ among them. Jerusalem symbolizes a place of perfect peace. Today I celebrate and claim this peace as my own, as the awareness of the Christ dawns in me. With each prayer on my lips and every thought in my mind, I celebrate and welcome the Christ of my being anew. And from John 12:13, so they took branches of palm and went out to meet him, shouting, Hosanna, blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord, the King of Israel. Hey, Tony. Tony is a lifelong student and teacher of spirituality, metaphysics, and abundance manifestation, an experienced mentor, speaker, trainer, and author of Using the Law of Attraction. Tony's been an active member of Unity of London since 2012 and is past president of the board of directors. Today, we're welcoming Tony Orvidas as our speaker, and as he shares the wisdom he has found, including that of the Haudenosaunee.
Thanks, Nancy. There we go. Good morning, Unity of London. Today I'll speak to you about oneness, about connection, and about the Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving address. Sound good? All right. Now, according to Unity Church, we are never alone. We are one with God, one with all humanity, one with all creation. That song that we started the service with. Now, Unity principle number 1 tells us that there's only one presence and one power active as the universe and in our lives. God the good, the source and creator of all and present everywhere, in everything. Agreed? Okay, Ken Wilber, he's a visionary thinker, a philosopher, a modern day mystic and Zen practitioner. In his interview in the latest issue of Unity magazine, he spoke about his Satori experience. During this awakening event, Ken achieved cosmic consciousness, recognizing his oneness with every single thing in existence and his connection with the entire universe and everything in it. Pretty neat, huh? I don't know if you've had similar experiences. I'm still working on mine. Now, a while back, my oldest daughter, she's an environmentalist and an outdoor education specialist, gave me a book called Braiding Sweetgrass. Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teachings of Plants by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Now, Robin is a mother, an author, an ethnobotanist and biologist, a distinguished and decorated teaching professor, and a Native American, a citizen of the Potawatomi Nation. As I was reading this amazing tome, I ran across a prayer that I'd never heard before. I didn't even know it existed. It was called the Thanksgiving Address. The Ohenaton Karihuatwin. Sorry about the poor pronunciation. Have you any of you heard of it? Well, as I said, neither had I. It apparently is the central prayer and invocation of the Haudenosaunee, also known as the Iroquois Confederacy or the Six Nations, comprised of Mohawk, Oneida, Cayuga, Onondaga, Seneca, and Tuscarora, indigenous people who currently inhabit the Finger Lakes area of New York State and the Ontario Grand River region, extending into the London area as well. It reflects their relationship of giving thanks for life and the world around them. The Haudenosaunee open and close every social and religious meeting with the Thanksgiving address. It's also said as a daily sunrise prayer, and it's an ancient message of peace and appreciation of Mother Earth and her inhabitants. Haudenosaunee children learn that according to Native American tradition, people everywhere are embraced as family. And this diversity, like all wonders of nature, is a wonderful gift for which they are truly thankful. When they recite the Thanksgiving address, the natural world is thanked. And in thanking each life-sustaining force, they become spiritually tied to each of the forces of both the natural and the spiritual world. The Thanksgiving address teaches mutual respect, conservation, love, generosity, and responsibility to understand that what we do to one part of the web of life, we do to ourselves, we do to each other. Because we're all connected, we're all one, right? Robin Wall Kimmerer tells us that the Thanksgiving address reminds us that duties and gifts are two sides of the same coin. Eagles, for example, were given the gift of far sight, so it is their duty to watch over us. Rain fulfills its duty as it falls because it was given the gift of sustaining life. What's the duty of humans, she asks? Well, if gifts and responsibilities are one, then our gift is the capacity of gratitude. The Thanksgiving address in the Onondaga language is known as words that come before all else. Ms. Kimmerer explains in her book that it's far more than a pledge, a prayer, or a poem alone. It's at heart an invocation of gratitude, a material scientific inventory of the natural world. She says that as it goes forward, each element of the ecosystem is named in turn, along with its function. It's a lesson in native science. The Thanksgiving address is also not a one-day-a-year concept. It's a ritual that should be invoked every day, as Onondaga teachers remind its reciters, beginning with where our feet first touch the earth. Traditionally, the Thanksgiving address is recited in a circle of people, not quite how we'll do it here at Unity today. The Haudenosaunee begin every gathering, as I mentioned, by offering greetings and thanks to all the elements of life that sustain them. The ritual brings everyone into the space with a good mind, ready to listen and to learn. Now, the wording of the Thanksgiving address varies with the speaker. Today, I will primarily use the more well-known English version of the address written by John Stokes in Kanewenaton, a Mohawk in the Turtle Clan. This translation was developed and published in 1993 and is provided for our use courtesy of the Six Nations Indian Museum and the Tracking Project. By the way, many of the drawings in my PowerPoint presentation as we go forward are by Tuscarora artist Rick Hill. There are 18 sections to the address. I will read out each section one at a time, and at the end of each one, when I give you a signal, we will all repeat together, now our minds are one. Okay, you want to try it? Get this organized here. There we go. All righty. Now our hands are one. Sounds good. Let's try it again. One more time. Now our minds are one. Okay, yep, you're hired. Here goes. Ready? Greetings to the natural world, to the people. Today we have gathered, and when we look at the faces around us, we see that the cycles of life continue. We have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all living things. So now we bring our minds together as one as we give greetings and thanks to each other as people. Now our minds
are one.
To the Earth Mother. We are all thankful to our mother, the earth, for she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk upon her. It gives us joy that she continues to care for us as she has from the beginning of time. To our mother, we send thanksgiving, love, and respect. Now our
minds are one.
To the waters. We give thanks to all the waters of the world for quenching our thirst and providing us with strength and nurturing life for all beings. Water is life. We know its power in many forms: waterfalls and rain, mists and streams, rivers, oceans, snow and ice. We're grateful that the waters are still here and meeting their responsibility to the rest of creation. We send greetings and thanks to the Spirit of Water. Now our minds are one. To the fish. We turn our minds to all the fish life. They were instructed to cleanse and purify the water. They also give themselves to us as food. We are grateful that they continue to do their duties and that we can still find pure water. So we turn now to the fish and send our greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. To the plants. Now we turn towards the vast fields of plant life. As far as the eye can see, the plants grow, working many wonders. They sustain many life forms. When we look about us, we see that the berries are there, providing us with delicious foods. The leader of the berries is the strawberry, the first to ripen in the spring. With our minds gathered together, we give thanks and look forward to seeing plant life for many generations to come. Now our minds are one. To the food plants. With one mind, we turn to honor and thank all the food plants we harvest from our garden, especially the three sisters, corn or maize, climbing beans, and squash, that feed the people with such abundance. Since the beginning of time, the grains, vegetables, fruit, and beans have helped the people survive. Many other living things, they all draw strength from them as well. We gather all the plant foods together as one and send them a greeting of thanks. Now our minds are one. To the medicine herbs. Now we turn to all the medicine herbs of the world. From the beginning, they were instructed to take away sickness. They are always waiting and ready to heal us. We are happy there are still among us those special few who remember how to use these plants for healing. We send greetings and thanks to the medicines and to the keepers of the medicines. Now our minds are one. To the animals. We gather our minds together to send greetings and thanks to all the beautiful animal life in the world. They have many things to teach us as people. We are honored by them when they give up their lives so we may use their bodies as food for the people. We see them near our homes and in the deep forests. We are glad they're still here, and we hope that it will always be so. Now our minds are one. To the trees. We now turn our thoughts to the trees. The earth has many families of trees who have their own instructions and uses. Some provide us with shelter and shade, others with fruit, beauty, and other useful things. The maple is the leader of the trees in recognition of its gift of sugar when people need it most. Many peoples of the world use a tree as a symbol of peace and strength. With one mind, we greet and thank the tree life. Now our minds are one. There. Oop. There we are. To the birds. We thank all the birds who move and fly about over our heads. The Creator gave them the gift of beautiful songs. Each morning they greet the day, and with their songs they remind us to enjoy and appreciate life. The eagle was chosen to be their leader and to watch over the world. To all birds, from the smallest to the largest, we send our joyful greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. To the four winds. We are all thankful to the powers we know as the four winds. We hear their voices in the moving air as they refresh us and purify the air we breathe. They help us bring the change of seasons. From the four directions they come, bringing us messages and giving us strength. We send our greetings and thanks to the four winds. Now our minds are one. To the thunderers. Now we turn to the west where our grandfathers, the thunder beings, live. With lightning and thundering voices, they bring with them the water that renews life. We bring our minds together as one to send greetings and thanks to our grandfathers, the thunderers. Now our minds are one. To the sun. We now address our eldest brother, the sun. Each day, without fail, he travels the sky from east to west, bringing the light of a new day. He is the source of all the fires of life. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to our brother, the sun. Now our minds are one. To grandmother, moon. We put our minds together to give thanks to our oldest grandmother, the moon, who lights the nighttime sky. She is the leader of women all over the world, and she governs the movement of the ocean tides. By her changing face, we measure time, and it is the moon who watches over the arrival of children here on earth. We send greetings and thanks to our grandmother, the moon. Now our minds are one. To the stars. We give thanks to the stars who are spread across the sky like jewelry. We see them in the night, helping the moon to light the darkness and bringing dew to the gardens and growing things. When we travel at night, they guide us home. With our minds gathered as one, we send greetings and thanks to the stars. Now our minds are one. To the enlightened teachers. Oops, how'd my picture get in there? We gather our minds to greet and thank the enlightened teachers who have come to help us through the ages. When we forget how to live in harmony, they remind us of the way we were instructed to live as people. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to these caring teachers. Now our minds are one. To the Creator. Now we turn our thoughts to the Creator, or Great Spirit, and send greetings and thanks for all the gifts of creation. Everything we need to live a good life is here on this Mother Earth. For all the love that is still around us, we send our choicest words of greetings and thanks to the Creator. Now our minds are one. Closing words. We have now arrived at the place where we end our words. Of all the things we have named in this address, it was not our intention to leave anything out. If something was forgotten, we leave it to each individual, to each one of you, to send such greetings and thanks in your own way. Now our minds are one. According to author Robin Wall Kimmerer, you cannot listen to the Thanksgiving address without feeling wealthy. And while expressing gratitude seems innocent enough, it is a revolutionary idea. In a consumer society, contentment is a radical proposition, she says. Recognizing abundance rather than scarcity undermines an economy that thrives by creating unmet desires. Gratitude cultivates an ethic of fullness, but the economy needs emptiness. She then tells us, the Thanksgiving address reminds you that you already have everything you need. Gratitude doesn't send you out shopping to find satisfaction. It comes as a gift rather than a commodity, subverting the foundation of the whole economy. That's good medicine for land and people alike. Would you agree? Writer Patty Buchanan on the Cure 100 environmental website suggests that today, like every day, we should consider aligning with Indigenous culture by pausing in gratitude for the blessings the natural world shares with us, and our obligation to live in harmony with her by graciously accepting her gifts and by not taking any more than we need. At the end of her book, our author issues a challenge to us. The moral covenant of reciprocity calls us to honor our responsibilities for all we have been given, for all that we have taken. It's our turn now, long overdue. Let us hold a giveaway for Mother Earth, she says. Spread our blankets out for her and pile them high with gifts of our own making, gifts of mind, gifts of hand, heart, voice, vision, all offered up on behalf of the earth. Whatever our gift, we are called to give it and to dance for the renewal of the world. Unity principle number 5 notes that through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. Knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called the truth, is not enough. A person must live the truth that he or she knows. So let us live in truth and give our gifts on behalf of our Mother Earth as we repeat, now our minds are one. And with that, let's go into meditation. The guided portion of this meditation is based on a reading from the Daily Word. Sit back, relax, get comfortable, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and then exhale slowly. Let my words be yours. Now's the time to be still, to create a sacred space and practice the presence of spirit. Stillness is a gift, as is silence. In this space, there is nothing to do, no place to be, no rush. Breathing deeply, I let the muscles of my face, shoulders, back, limbs, and torso release any tension they may be holding. My body is comfortable as I relax and let my awareness of my surroundings fade. I am nourished by divine light and love. I sink into tranquility as I experience bliss in the quiet of my surroundings. I am a caring steward of the earth. I care for the earth the way I tend to my home, with loving attention and respect. Just as I would keep my home well maintained and comfortable for myself and my loved ones, I do my part to care for the earth, the home of my human family, and every creature imaginable. I walk upon the earth with care. I am grateful for the stewardship of those who came before me. They inspire me to be a good steward of the planet that I will one day leave behind. I revel in the oneness I share with all creations. It is all an expression of Source, as it is one in spirit. There is no separation, only the truth of Source that unites us. As I grow spiritually, I become increasingly aware of oneness, that we are all part of an infinite dance of interconnected energies, that we are all interdependent. I now sit in silence and I contemplate my oneness with the universe and all that exists therein. I gradually come back to my beautiful world. I return refreshed and focused. I'm grateful for my rest. I and those around me are part of divine light. And now our minds are one. And so it is. Amen.
Wow, great job, Tony. Excellent, excellent. Just great way to certainly fill us full of gratitude and appreciation for everything, all that is. Thank you so much for finding that and sharing the Thanksgiving address with us. And as you say, we have lots now to go forward with much gratitude and appreciation for all of life and each other. Thank you again. And we'll have another Jack's favorite. Oh, I think we do the song first, no? Okay, well, we're on this slide, so I'll take the time to thank everyone for their time, talent, and treasures that they've shared with Unity of London this week, from being here and everything else that's done behind the scenes. And we also take a few moments to bless the offerings, gifts, and tithes that come through the many avenues that the energy of money flows, so that Unity of London can not only survive but thrive and share their good with many others. And so it is, and so we let it be. And maybe now we have another song.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. Oh, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. There you are, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
And now, after that wonderful song, we'll say our prayer for protection. And I invite everyone to affirm this with me. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. And of course, our peace song. Well, Celebration Sunday. We've all got lots to celebrate, especially after that wonderful talk and the daily word reading and the meditation. That was excellent, Tony. So since I'm online, I'm going to go to see who's online first that has something to celebrate. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, well, I'll share. I'm celebrating. I'm going off on a couple of holidays in the next few weeks. I'll see you next Sunday, but a week from tomorrow, I'm off to Amsterdam with my sister and my niece and a riverboat cruise. So looking forward to that. So yay. And I guess we could go into live. Is there anyone in the building at 501 Nelson that has something to celebrate? Please come to the front of the room. Oh, I see I think it's Mary Ann. No, Mary Ann, we can't see you. Up one and over a little. There you go. Okay. We can't hear Mary Ann though. No, still can't hear you. You need a green light. Oh, I think
it's on. I have seen the light and it is green. And you know, this is something that I know that I can celebrate, that I can do something for what is happening in the country of Ukraine. I know that what is happening, the bombs and the fighting and the destruction of life, I can do something about it. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go and fight and take up arms, but I know what I can do, and I want to celebrate that. I can walk in peace here in Canada, in London, in peace, and I can live my life in joy. And that will help. That will be what I can do to help what is happening away from me. And that is what I am going to do today, and I'm going to continue to do for the rest of my time on earth.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, very well said, Marianne. George, you have to unmute yourself.
Good morning, everyone. How is everybody today?
Oh,
So nice to be here in the building again. Just wanted to celebrate my daughter's birthday. It was the 1st of April, and she was born on Holy Thursday back then. She's 23. So she's coming home from out west for a week only. So I'm really going to celebrate her and her time with us. But also Earth Day is coming up on the 22nd, and just that we are so thankful for what just Tony, what you've presented today, and just just from the tips of my toes to just my heart, or my head, my heart's here, but everything, just feeling of joy, just because we are so thankful of the abundance that we have in our world today and in here and again in London. So just that we just thank our earth for providing for us and the rain that comes down to feed it. So anyway, have a great day, everybody, and enjoy this month.
thanks, Renee. Thank you. Okay, George, you got yourself unmuted.
Okay, I just great that we can use this technology to get together with everybody. And we're just celebrating this as Barb's dream. She booked this trip in 2018 and we finally made it to get to Prague in a few days. And this is her dream. So she's gonna say something.
I'm very grateful that we can listen to all of you and enjoy the service. And thank you, Tony, for your very, very special words.
We're in Germany right now.
How cool is that? Come all the way from Germany. Oh, we're so glad that you're having a great time, and we're glad that you could come on and share it with us. That's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Anyone else have something to celebrate, or they want to? Paula, I see your hand up. You'll have to unmute yourself, Paula.
Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for playing the Moody Blues this morning. I have it in my home. I played it when I was 20, and I want to celebrate spring. Was in an apartment where I didn't have a garden. I now am in part of my house with an apartment and a little garden. So I went out and bought things for my garden. And when I was in England in my 20s, I wanted to come to Canada because I love the Native Indians. I saw them in cowboy movies. I saw pictures of them riding horses bareback. So I listened avidly to Tony's talk. I especially love some of the Indian art, you know, the symbology that they use. And I loved their respect of life to celebrate. So that was terrific. I would like to read to celebrate spring, just a couple of verses from a poem that I wrote about spring a year ago, if I may. And I just have to tell you that it's delightful having closed caption, even when it says ego for eagle, you know, it adds a little fun and spice to life. Anyway, here's just an excerpt. We wait for spring's vibrant call, reborn from the frozen ground, released